and this here may be tough to you. Snack cake to me, yeah, more hostess. This been overdue forever. Asked me when it was dropping, said never. Should've made you cut the feta, but I designed it Freemason Margiela.
What's good, Shellitronnn here, the most woke, no joking. I'm back again with a brand new video, and I'm gonna keep it a bow break biscuit with you right now. This video is mad late. This is not gonna be any one of these like breaking news videos where I'm telling you something that was reported, but you may not know about it just yet. It might be something that's still like fresh off the presses and whatnot. This ain't it. This was huge news, not just to Panthers fans specifically. I mean, it's not every day that an NFL team announces that they're gonna part ways with one of the most impactful players in their team's history. Now, the team is only, what, like 24, 25 years old at this point, but the point still does stand. And if you're still not sure what I'm talking about, I'm referring to the news that Thomas Davis Sr. will not be in a Carolina Panthers uniform next year.
What's up, guys? I received information from the Carolina Panthers on Monday that they're going to go in a different direction with the linebacker position. It was extremely tough for me to deal with. That's why you guys are just hearing from me right now, because I wanted to be back. I wanted to be a part of a group that came and just right the wrongs that we had this season. You know, as one of the leaders of this team, I took full responsibility for some of the things that we allowed to happen, and you know, the games that we lost consecutively. I wanted to come back and I wanted to help fix that, but unfortunately, you know, I'm not going to have that opportunity. So with that being said, I just wanted to thank the Carolina Panthers organization. I want to thank my teammates, man. You guys have been amazing for 14 very special years that I will always remember. I'll always cherish. I want to thank you guys for those. To Panther Nation, I cannot thank you guys enough for the love and support that you've shown me and my family over the years. We can't thank you enough. As you can see, this is extremely tough for me. I've loved and cherished every moment that we've had in Carolina. Carolina's going to always be home for me and my family, but I'm not retiring. I feel like I have way too much football left in me to walk away from the game right now. So I want to keep playing. I'm going to keep playing. Hopefully someone's going to give me that opportunity. But Panther Nation, just know that in no way did I ever imagine putting on another uniform. Still to this day don't want to do it, but I want to play football. So if that's the way that I'm going to be able to continue my career, then there's something that I have to do. And I hope you guys understand. It's not a decision that I wanted to make, but it's a decision that I had to make. And I'm looking forward to this season and getting back out and showing and prove that Thomas Davis still can do it. I still got a lot left, and it's just going to be exciting, man. As tough it is to say that, I'm really looking forward to it. But TD signing out. Keep pounding, baby. Gonna always be a part of what I do.
I felt really bad that I didn't get a chance to cover this news when it first broke. I had to handle a few things, but I was asked by several people in my comments and in my live stream I did a few days ago, but I didn't really go all the way in depth in it. Thomas Davis Sr., the man's a legend. I mean, what else can you really say about a guy, a captain on the team, who spent his whole career from 2005 to 2018 with one team and spent just about every moment he was on the field producing. This man performed at all times. Between the natural talent, the work ethic, the leadership, and it's all that goes into his game. There's just no other way to describe Thomas Davis Sr.'s time with the Panthers than critical. And it'll be so hard for you to find one instance of this man taking a play off. And speaking of playoffs, didn't this man play a couple playoff games with a broken arm? This man has heart. He's a gamer, he's a competitor, he's a winner, but it's not just about his impact on the football field. In 2014, Thomas Davis Sr. won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, and it is extremely hard to win that award. Most Walter Payton Man of the Year award winners are usually guys who perform at a high level for their teams, are pretty popular, not just with their team, but with other surrounding teams, and also, obviously, do a lot of good work in their communities. And Thomas Davis Sr. really was a very positive force in Charlotte. And through his nonprofit, the Thomas Davis Defending Dreams Foundation, you could make the argument that even though Thomas Davis Sr. undeniably was a huge force and very impactful on the football field and in the locker room for the Carolina Panthers, he may have made an even bigger impact on the community as a whole. I don't want to get too deep into this, but I do want to go ahead and just read their mission statement off their website real quick. Educate, empower, defend. The foundation is built on these principles and strives to encourage students to develop the essential life and social skills that will make them leaders of tomorrow through education, leadership development, and volunteerism. That's some very powerful stuff. Just think about all the kids and all the families' lives he touched in a positive way while being a professional athlete and while, for the most part, staying out of trouble. I think I speak for all Panthers fans when I say that we're really going to miss seeing Thomas Davis Sr. in those blue, black, and white jerseys for the Panthers. From coming back from multiple ACL injuries and then getting Pro Bowl nods, being first-team All-Pro, this man is the epitome of hard work paying off. And a lot of fans forget he played safety in college. Thomas Davis Sr. wasn't a linebacker in college, and his first year with the Panthers, where he played all 16 games, only started 1, he was a strong safety. Their roles have some healthy crossover between them, but seeing as Thomas Davis Sr. in a 4.6 40 in the combine coming out of college, it probably was the smarter move to just move him down to linebacker. We've been running cover 2, Tampa 2, and that's a too high safety look, and TD really wouldn't fit our scheme as a strong safety playing up high. He was much, much, much better suited to be a linebacker, and the rest is history. And look, I understand a lot of fans are sad, disappointed to see him go, but I have to be 100% honest here. I'm with the franchise on this one. I'm with the front office. I think it was time to let him go. To use David Tepper's own words, on defense, we got really old really fast. Did TD58 lose a step here or there? Kinda. Was it partially because our D-line was performing? Was it partially because our scheming on defense was borderline horrible? And I can't say borderline. It was bad. It was atrocious. I can't think of the words. I needed the thesaurus. Can someone buy me a thesaurus? Where do you even get a thesaurus nowadays? Whatever the 50 strongest synonyms for the word bad are, combine all those together into one word, and that's what our defensive scheming was. So it's kind of hard to actually gauge where he was last year. We understand the suspension. He lost 4 games. Like I said in a previous video and in my live streams, you can connect the dots yourself, whether you want to believe what he said in his video about him not knowing or, what happened there. You can look up and research for yourself why players use PEDs. Hint, hint, it's not to get ripped. Being burly, ripped, absolutely shredded is not exactly the most efficient way to make a big impact on the football field. Look it up. Get educated. I do not hold that against him, though, because another hint, hint, a lot of the players in a lot of the professional sports leagues are juicing. I'm getting off track a little bit here, but look at this picture that Aaron Donald posted on his Instagram very recently. This is a 300-pound man with a six-pack. He is 300 pounds with a six-pack. I don't care what you tell me. We all understand what's happening with the NFL and these players and the supplements and what. Look, that may have had some kind of impact from the front office and the coaching staff and whatnot. Although I'm sure even they understand what's going on in the league with all these different players. Basically, it's an open secret and you just have to not get caught doing it. Fine. But that aside, it was time to pass the torch. We already have a locker room voice. We have a guy in Luke Kuechly who can do a lot of different things. Shaq Thompson's coming up, man. David Mayo's coming up, man. I want to see what Jermaine Carter can do. Andre Smith. We need to get younger and faster on defense. And if we do go to a 3-4 defense next year, I think Thomas Davis Sr.'s role will be diminished. Although, in all honesty, his role on the team would have been vastly diminished if he stayed with the team next year. So, in a few ways, it works out for both parties. The Panthers get to rebuild the defense a little bit, and Thomas Davis Sr. gets to potentially go to a different team and get the PT and the snap count that he probably wants. And I have no problem with that at all. It's cool. Joe Montana got moved. A lot of legends in the game had to move on from the original team, even Shaq. Shaq hopped teams like it was nothing. There are legends in the NFL who didn't spend their whole entire career with their original team, and that's fine. The only thing I'm going to say to Thomas Davis Sr. is, I know you're from Georgia. I know you went to school in Georgia, but if you go to the Falcons, if Thomas Davis Sr. goes to the Falcons or the Saints, he can go to the Bucks. Go to the Bucks. I'll actually root for you. I'm actually your biggest fan if you go to the Bucks. But if you go to the Falcons or the Saints, my guy, I never heard of you. I've never heard Thomas. If Thomas Davis Sr. goes to the Falcons or the Saints this offseason, I have never heard that name, and he is number 58 to me forever. I love the guy. Huge impact, an all-time eternal great in Carolina, in Charlotte, in the surrounding area, the South in general. But you go to either one of those teams, I can't even ask for an autograph anymore. That's how hurt I'll be. The day he goes to the Falcons or the Saints is the last time I ever speak the name Thomas Davis Sr. ever again in my life. Any other team is cool. Any other team is cool. Go to the Bucks, that's cool. I mean, you can go to the Patriots for all I care. Go to the Patriots. Go to the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I don't know. Look. Okay, maybe, I went too far. Don't go to the Cowboys. Although, they have a pretty good defense with some young up-and-coming linebackers who could use some helpful advice from a veteran in the game who has multiple Pro Bowls, a first-team All-Pro who did it at the highest level consistently for about, let's say, 12 years because of the injury years, you know. This year wasn't his best. And then obviously his rookie year wasn't exactly the best as he got integrated into the system. And then he got switched to linebacker his second year in the league. So we understand he fit better in that role. And then basically every year he's played most of the games and wasn't injured, he performed. When a guy who has the impact on your team like Thomas Davis Sr. is gone forever, you gotta let it all out. When you get the chance, you gotta let it all out. And I'm glad I decided, and I'm glad you guys hit me up and told me you wanted to hear my opinion so I could share my thoughts on Thomas Davis Sr., his career with the Panthers, him leaving, how I felt about him, his production, and why I think that in the wider picture it's a good thing he's leaving the Panthers. He probably still might have some pretty good years of solid production for another team, but don't let that distract you. Just because a guy works well for another team does not mean it was a mistake for the original team to let him go. There's a lot of different reasons, a lot of different factors that go into whether you sign a player, whether you don't sign a player, you release, don't pick the contract back up. You know, a lot of different things go into this, and I wish him all the best of luck, man. Unless it goes to the Falcons, Saints, or Cowboys. This is the end of an era. Either way, man, thanks for watching this video, and for sure, definitely share your opinions, your most memorable moments of having Thomas Davis Sr. on the Panthers, what you think about Thomas Davis Sr., and what your opinion is on the team letting him go, and who you think is going to be signing Thomas Davis Sr. this offseason. Let me know in the comments below, and you already know what to do with that. Like,
cheers to you, appreciate the chance. Being told y'all I've been the man. Being told y'all I had the gift. Tell a friend, real ones gonna recommend. Count this as another win.